Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Even though I'm always excited to bring you a new video, today's video a little bit of a bittersweet. Today I'm going to share with you beauty and makeup fail products of 2022. The entire year of 2022 I was somewhat on a low buy, even though I try to be very mindful of my purchases and make the best educated decisions. There were still quite a few products that did not work out for me so well. Before we get started, I would like to welcome new viewers and visitors to my channel. Hi, my name is Eve and I love all things beauty. Here on my channel, I'll talk a lot about beauty, makeup, skincare, and at times travel and fashion. If that sounds like your thing, give this video a big thumb up and I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. And without further ado, let's dive into beauty fails of 2022. All the makeup that I'm wearing today will be listed for you in the description box. This entire makeup look I actually filmed for Sit Down, CHATTY Get Ready With Me video using all the makeup products from Shop My Stash from January. These are the new series that I started this year on my channel. And most of the products that I'm going to be sharing with you today are makeup related. However, I do have few self-care, hair care, and skincare products that also happen to make it to the worst of 2022 list. It always makes me sad talking about products in the bad way. However, this is why I have my channel. I like to review beauty products and I like to give you my honest opinion. And if you see a product in this line of items that work out for you and you love it, I'm very happy that it worked out for you. For me, unfortunately, it was not money well spent. Some of these products are not necessarily complete fails. Some of them are actually decent quality, but there's another reason why the product didn't work out for me. And of course, I will explain why. I want to start from a few items. They were a pot of one collection launch that I initially was very excited about. However, it was quite a disappointment for me when I received the items. I have two items to show you from the collection launch. I picked up pretty much the entire collection that was launched back in January of 2022, and these two items made it to the bottom of the list for me. Cookies and Dreams eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. I also have an eyeshadow stick shade Sweet Cream. Like I mentioned earlier, I was really excited about the collection. I really love the idea, the inspiration behind the launch. And then the best item that I discovered from the entire collection was a makeup sponge, which is kind of sad to realize. This palette was especially disappointing because of its quality. This is not just a poor quality, it's unacceptable quality. This eyeshadow formula is not only firmly pressed, it also does not adhere to your lid. I've managed to do a decent swatches from this palette. However, I could not manage to do a half decent look out of this palette. So this was a complete fail for me. And as far as this eyeshadow stick, the entire collection has 3 or 4 of them, and I have 3 of them. This is the one that was pretty much awful. The other 2 ended up working out okay, even though they're not the bestest quality. This one was specifically not acceptable because it's supposed to be white and I was hoping it being very nice and opaque white, but can you see anything? Because I do not. This is like a waxy pencil that literally doesn't do anything. It's also not even waxy enough that I would be able to possibly use it on my eyebrows or something like that. So this was just a complete waste of money. Since we are kind of like in the eyeshadow category, I wanted to talk about this other eyeshadow pencil from Wet n Wild, this Color Icon Multi Stick. This was in the shade Champagne Room. The shade is actually quite pretty and it applies really nicely. It is nice and creamy and does have a full color opacity. However, when you blend it, it almost blends out into nothing. I actually wanted this eyeshadow pencil for that one eyeshadow swipe and you're done type of look with a maybe eyeliner or mascara. However, as you see, when you blend it, it does leave a hint of shimmer behind, but that's about it. Like the color is gone. And also look at this. This entire thing comes out and that's not something that I want to deal with. I know this is only a few dollars, but this is not a good quality. This next item, I was so excited when I saw the launch. This is a brand that I really like and I'm always excited about their new launches and I like to try their products. This is a cream foundation and finishing powder duo that was launched earlier in the year. Beautiful, compact. After my personal failure using this foundation, I've watched other reviews from different creators here on the platform and there are actually quite few people that this product worked out. Personally, was just a disappointment because this foundation formula was very difficult to work with, and if there was a way at all to make this work, which I think I did find the way to make it work. However, it was just way too much work to make it work, if this makes sense. It was just way too many steps and unnecessary because there are other products that I have in my collection that I do not need to put up so much work to make them look good. I did not declutter this complexion duo because there is a silver lining here. I do enjoy this setting powder to set makeup around my eyes, to set the complexion around my eyes. For my combination oily skin, this powder definitely does not work as an overall powder on my face, especially on my T-zone, but it does work around my eyes really well. Another complexion product that also didn't work out for me so well, that could be also due to my personal preferences. However, it also didn't stand up for its claims. This is an apple concealer from KVD Beauty. It's not an awful formula by all means. However, the reason why I purchased this concealer is because I like to have higher coverage concealers for my under eyes because I do have a really bad sleeping pattern. I struggle with insomnia and it comes and goes from time to time. So I do get blueness under my eyes. So I tend to prefer concealers with a full coverage. However, with the really nice hydrating formulas, I do like those types of formulas that have the coverage, but they're thinner in the formulation. This concealer does have that hydrating property and applies really nicely. And initially it does give you that full coverage that it claims to have. However, with time, I noticed that the coverage fades, and that's not something that I want to deal with. Now I'd like to talk about a few mascaras that also did not work out for me this year. These two mascaras, I was kind of quite disappointed in a way because this is a brand that I like and I do try a lot of different products from them. And this was a mascara and an eyelash primer from Ulta Beauty. Last year, I experienced this strange sensitivity to my eyes and I was really on a search of a good tubing mascara. And that's when Ulta Beauty launched their tubing formula and I was really excited to try it because I do try a lot of things from Ulta Beauty. And this mascara, unfortunately, was a disappointment. The formula of this mascara is very wet and I've had this mascara for several months now and the formula hasn't thickened up in all this time. You really need to make sure you do not blink. At the same time, you really cannot build up the volume because the formula is very wet. The brush almost just slips through the lashes and I do not have a lot of lashes and this formula really made me feel like I had 3 lashes on my entire eye. Even though once it set and dried out, it didn't smudge obviously, but it just overall, it did not work out for me. Also last year I was looking for a new eyelash primer and I saw that Ulta Beauty had this one and it's a Nourishing Mascara Primer. Even though at first the wand looks really nice, I've tested it a good amount of times. I really gave this a benefit of a doubt and every time I would get one of 2 results. It either would over apply the product or under apply. So every time it would just be inconsistent. So I found it very difficult to use. This next mascara, I believe it's my personal preference, even though there's only one thing that I don't like about it. However, it is a complete deal breaker for me. And I'm talking about the Big Mood Mascara from e.l.f. The formula itself on this mascara is quite nice. However, like I mentioned earlier, I do not have a lot of lashes. My lashes are quite sparse and there's not a lot of them. I find it very difficult to use figure 8 shape mascara wands like this. I find them very messy to use. For this specific mascara, they thought that making this brush 3 sizes bigger than the other figure 8 shaped brushes would be a good idea. Unfortunately, not for my lashes. This was so messy. When I tell you I had mascara literally all over my lids, I think I tried using it a few times and then I gave up. I have quite a few brow products here and I do want to start from the one again from Ulta Beauty. This is a clear brow gel. This is an actual full-size tube, which was also kind of unexpected when I received it. So this is a size of the brush. Can you see it? Because I need a magnifying glass to see the brush. But the point of this product, to me, there was really no point. First of all, this brush is way too small. It didn't even have a ability to brush through my brow hair, even though I barely have any eyebrow hair. And I thought that the formula itself was pretty poorly made. I was not blessed with beautiful bushy eyebrows. So I try a lot of eyebrow products and I have a lot to compare to. This was definitely not it for me. There was absolutely no hold. All it is just made my eyebrows wet. The other product was a Brow Obsessive from a Wet n Wild, a brow shaping gel. And I got mine in a shade of brown. Can you see anything? Because I cannot. This just feels oily and there is absolutely no pigment. I'll just leave it at that. I have nothing else to say. So then I have a few eyebrow pencils to share with you. First eyebrow pencil, Bum Brows Eyebrow Pencil from Huda Beauty. This was the pencil that she launched that is hair thin. I understand the purpose. There was definitely a demand for a product like that on the market. I do not know any other brand that would make something similar. There are plenty of smaller, thinner, like precise brow pencils out there, and I think I have most of them here at home. However, this was the first one I've ever seen of its kind. And this product was so thin that you could really do those hair thin strokes, and you truly can. However, because it was so thin, it was so difficult to use because I had to hold my breath not to break it. And let me tell you, I pretty much broke the entire pencil. This is how much I have left in this pencil because I wanted to keep it for the video. However, I pretty much broke the entire thing to get to this point because it just kept breaking every time I continue using it. So for me, it's definitely not a repurchase. Another eyebrow pencil that I also didn't really like the formulation. However, there were two pencils that were launched from the brand, and one was a complete love for me from the first try, and this one was not so much. Most Def Eyebrow Pencil from Give Beauty. Pencil had a very interesting shape which would allow you to really outline your eyebrow and create the tail and even do a vertical strokes. It wasn't a terrible formula, it was just not my preference. I found this being a little bit too waxy for my liking. So here's another eyebrow product for you that did not work out. This is a brow pen from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It has a brush tip applicator, but look at this. Does this look like a good eyebrow pencil? Not to me. In the past few years, this has been a trend, and we've seen this type of product and formula from different brands, and some of them were very successful. For example, like the brow pen from NYX was very, very good, and it's still one of my favorite products. However, this is not the formula that I can recommend, and this is not the formula that performs like a high-end product. Besides that, there's no pigment to it. It's also very watery, and once you would apply it to your eyebrows, it would stay very shiny and like wet looking throughout the day. One last makeup product that I have here for you today is this lip gloss from Ulta Beauty. This is a jelly lip gloss formula. This comes in a lot of different shades, and it is a very pretty glossy with a little bit of sparkle jelly gloss. However, I found it very, very sticky and goopy on my lips, and I did not like that. I have a few skincare items that unfortunately did not work out for me. I know that toner is generally not a category of skincare items that is technically necessary. However, I really like to have a nice toner in my stash. And I've decided to try this 5% glycolic acid toner from L'Oreal. I actually did give this a try, as you can see. I am not a stranger to actives. I started using actives in my skincare after I turned 30. And over the years, I found a really good products, and I know how actives supposed to feel on your skin. Sometimes there's a little bit of tingling, sometimes there's a little bit of tightness. This toner makes my skin feel so stiff and dry, and this was just from one swipe of a cotton ball. And I am a combination oily skin, and I did not really expect this type of outcome. What's very interesting to me, however, is that this product has really high reviews. Unfortunately, not in my book. This other product came from Tula, which is a very, very loved brand. The cult classic purifying face cleanser. It has probiotics and superfoods in it, and this is quite large too. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. I'm just gonna say that besides that, this product is very scented, and I'm not a fan of scented skincare products. Even though it is a face wash and it's not supposed to sit on your face for too long, you just wash it off, whatever. But this is a very, very, very strong scented product. And in addition to that, it smells like the cheapest soap that you can think of. And it also made my skin feel really dry afterwards, which I did not enjoy this experience for this much money. I like to indulge in the self-care when I'm at home. Once a week, I like to take a bath, do some scrub, do a little bubble bath. And I decided to try this foot scrub, a tea tree oil cooling foot scrub from Earth Therapeutics. Has a wintergreen and chamomile. As you can see, this is pretty full because I only tried it 2 times, because first time I really gave it a benefit of a doubt, but once I tried it second time, it was a a hard no. I did like the cooling effect from this. However, this product was so abrasive and it was also very, very drying. My feet felt like paper dry afterwards, and I did not enjoy that feeling at all. And last but not least, I do have a hair product, and this is a brand that I have a few of the hair products that made it to my hair favorites of the year. And this is a Satin Dream Smoothing Leave-In Cream from Ever NYC. I purchased this leave-in cream because I already tried few products from the brand and I enjoy them very much, so I thought this could also be a nice formula. Even though the texture is really nice on this product, as you can see, it's really nice and creamy, seems hydrating. It smells really lovely, doesn't have a very overpowering scent. However, it's just really a nice scent to have on your hair, around your face when you're applying it, have this really comfortable experience. And very unfortunate, this really made my hair look very greasy looking and heavy. I'm gonna pass it along to one of my friends because I'm pretty sure it just didn't work out for me for my specific hair type and what I'm looking for from a styling product, but it would definitely work out for one of my friends. This sums up my video. These are all the products that unfortunately did not work out for me so well in 2022, and I think this is a lot if you ask me. Even though some of these products not necessarily bad quality, but personally it didn't go with my preferences, and a good bunch of them are actually very bad quality, and I wish there were not so many of them. Some products I love and some products I do not, and I always tell you how it is. If you did find this video helpful, give this a big thumb up, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next videos. Bye.